Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our second class in our series about narrative stories. Today, we're going to be talking about characters. So, first, we're going to learn about characters, then, we're going to go over some key vocabulary, and then, lastly, we're going to look at a quick example character. So, remember from last week a little bit of review. Characters are the people who do things in your story. They are what make it interesting. So first, let's learn about characters. There are three main types of characters. The first is the main character. They are the most important person or animal in the story, and the story is centered around them. The story is about their life, their problems, their conflicts, their resolutions, their growth. Everything is around them. Then we have supporting characters. These are people who are not as important as the main character, but still play a significant role in the story and in the main character's life. So this might be friends of the main character, family of the main character, people that the main character talks to a lot. And then lastly, we have side characters. These are characters that aren't as significant, but still play small roles in the story. For example, a side character in a story might be the random person that the character says hi to on their way to school one day. What's really important to emphasize and what you should really think about is that good characters are not just names. They need to feel real to the reader. The reader needs to read your story and feel like they actually know the character as a person, not just words on a page, but as an actual person. So that means we want to know about the characters. Generally, the more important the character, the more we want to know about them. So it might not be as important to know everything about the side character, but we should know a lot about the main character. So some good questions to ask yourself about your character are, what do they look like? What do they like or dislike? What do they want? What makes them unique? These are not the only questions that you want to ask. You want to ask as many questions as possible, but these are some questions to get you started. So now let's go over some key vocabulary. So we have four main vocabulary words that are really important to know. First, appearance. This is what your character looks like. Some examples might be short, brown eyes, curly hair, wears glasses, tall, anything that describes how they look. Personality is how they act. Who are they? For example, they're kind, they're smart, they're funny, they're shy, they're brave, lazy, smart, intuitive. All these things describe someone's personality. Who are they? Then we have interests. And these are the things they like doing, the things that they're interested in. For example, someone might love books, hate math, like soccer, like music. These are things that they like doing. And then we have their goals, which is what do they want to do. For example, someone might want to win a contest, make a friend. They might want to find something. They might want to get a certain grade in a certain class. These are all goals that your character can have. So now let's look at an example character. So meet Leo. We have some descriptions about Leo here. So his name is Leo. He's 13 years old. He's short with messy hair and glasses. And some aspects of his personality are that he's curious but a little bit shy. For his interests, he likes science and video games, and for his goals, he wants to make a new friend at school. So problem, this is a little preview for what we're going to cover later on in this course, is he's afraid to talk to people because of his shyness. So now that we've talked a little bit about Leo, you can probably already see a story forming around him. And this is what's really important. The story and the character are fundamentally connected. And so we have to develop our characters well to have a well-developed story. So thank you guys for listening. The homework assignment is going to be creating your own character. Make sure that you put lots of time and effort into this and make them interesting because you're going to use this character in a story that you're going to write later on. So see the details under the Google Classroom assignment called My Character. Thank you, everyone, and again, I look forward to reading your work and giving you guys feedback and seeing you in the next classes.